My name is Sherry Waldrop, and this is Timmy. Timmy is one of our South African black-footed penguins who hatched here around December 20th of 2019. Yeah, so South African penguins are a really fascinating species. A lot of people don't realize this, but there are warm weather species of penguins in the world. There's actually more warm weather penguins than cold weather penguins, and the South African penguin is one of those warm weather species. They have some really unique adaptations. Like if you were watching carefully, every few seconds you'll see as Timmy's looking around, he's going to have kind of what looks like a little windshield wiper that moves sideways across his eye. It's called a nictitating membrane. It's kind of like a third eyelid, and it helps keep dirt out of his eye. It also helps kind of act as goggles when he goes swimming, so he can see really clearly underwater. And then as I'm talking to you, if you see him shake his head or kind of sneeze, it's because he is expelling salt that he's collected in his gland in his beak, because South African penguins can actually drink salt water. It's really awesome. Penguins, they do spend a lot of time on land and in the water. When they go swimming, sometimes they might be going in to groom themselves and kind of bathe, but also, of course, they would go swimming to hunt or even just to swim around and get exercise and socialize. So we have a habitat that's set up perfectly for them to be able to do all those natural behaviors. So penguins actually do have feathers, and he is completely covered in those feathers. There's about 70 feathers per square inch over his entire body. Reading that right, buddy? So imagine about the size of a quarter right here on him, and there's 70 feathers packed into that tiny little space. Now, they are waterproof. He has a gland down at the end of his tail that helps him to keep that waterproof coating on his feathers. And you'll see that he has a dark black back and a white belly. That's known as counter shading, and it's a natural form of camouflage that helps disguise the penguins from predators when they're in the water. So if there was a predator swimming above Timmy in the ocean and looked down, they would see that dark back and he'd blend right into the ocean floor. And if they were below him and looked up, they'd see this white belly and it would blend into the sunlight shining through the water above him. So the South African penguin, unfortunately, is listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List, and unfortunately there's no hope at this time of reversing that classification without human intervention. Some of the biggest threats to this species are things such as overfishing of their food supply, destruction of their nesting area, and just harassment from humans in general. Easy way to help out right here in North America is to make sure that we are being careful about the type of seafood we're eating and that we're purchasing sustainable seafood. So to make it really simple, the Monterey Bay Aquarium actually developed an app known as Seafood Watch, and this app allows you to easily pick sustainable seafood by giving you 3 categories to choose from. There's a green category, which lists sustainably sourced seafood, a yellow category, which lists seafood that you can have on occasion, just don't go overboard, and a red category that says you need to avoid that type of seafood at all costs because it's probably endangered itself or is taking from an endangered species food supply like the African penguin. These guys get lots of training and interaction throughout the day from us, their trainers, and also our guests who come to visit us here at the park. If you do come back into the Gulfarium when we reopen, definitely make sure to sign up for our Discover Penguins Encounter so you guys can meet Timmy yourself.